everybody's saying Ironheart first. Alright, we'll do Ironheart.
Damn, bro. I'm down. Y'all know I'm down.
I was looking forward to this,
But
we were gonna react to it. Like, I'm talking about months ago. Remember, it leaked at D23 from like last year.
okay.
And we were like, you know what, let's wait on it. Because we did see some stuff, so I don't know if this is gonna be the same thing. But from what I saw from D23, I think it was pretty cool.
So, you in or out?
Oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah, we in, bro. We in. I can tell you already what I love about this. Oh, that's hard. That's like the classic superhero shot. I feel like the one we saw last time was better. Am I tripping?
I didn't watch one last time.
Yeah, we did. D23, the one that leaked. It had like a lot more stakes, and it seemed like bro was really trying to pressure her into like a life of crime. But like we really got that sense of urgency. Like we got that sense of urgency that she only joined this lifestyle to make money to fund her project. He's like, what are you watching?
No idea what you talking about, cuz. I have no idea.
Okay, so I'll tell y'all what I remember seeing. So we watched, or I keep saying we, I watched Disney Come At Me. It's all good. I watched a leaked version of the Ironheart trailer from like last year, and I actually thought that was stronger than this. The reason why was because it was almost like Riri had her hands tied. And it just felt like she just needed money to create stuff, and nobody was giving her that opportunity. I think part of it was because she was away, and we kind of get that in this trailer, but it just feels empty. But what I will say that I like is that it does seem like they're learning from why people didn't like her in the comics. Because I remember she came out at around the time Miles dropped.
I'm not really 100% sure. I was never too deep into like Riri.
Okay, yeah, because I remember like looking into it. I'm like, yo, why do people, besides obvious reasons, I'm like, yo, why do people hate Riri so much? Like, I just felt like the hate didn't make any sense personally. So I was like looking into it. One thing that I saw was people felt like it was, first off, they just felt like her character development was just trash. I think that's valid. And so I think this is cool that this doesn't reference anything to Iron Man. She's her own character. So while she's Ironheart, she has her own arc that she has to go through. What are you thinking?
I think in the comics, her suit, her version of Jarvis is Tony's conscience or something like that. I'm not 100%, or a Siri version of Tony's conscience, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something like that. I don't really remember, but I doubt they're gonna take that route in this. And I do hope they push more to make her her own character.
And I think,
and not just like an Iron Man clone.
Exactly, because it's like, while I do see, like, really the only similarities is that she runs around in armor, but I would say she's like an anti-Iron Man, where it's like, she's not Tony Stark billionaire, you know what I'm saying? But she got the brain behind her. Another thing that I think I like about this, I know it's going to touch on something deeper. This is Ryan Coogler's production company. He's producing it. And like, you know, there's a whole thing about how you could be black and not have the resources, but I think Vince Staples said that in one of his songs. He said, we always feed the hood, the neighborhoods, basically he says something along the lines of like, there's an Einstein in the hood, but we would never know. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is one of those things that this is tapping into, which is the thing that I liked about the first trailer. Unfortunately, we know we're gonna have the idiots that don't like her just because of what she looks like, which is why I was joking about black woman in the beginning, because that's all you're gonna hear. Black woman does this, black woman does that. You're gonna hear a bunch of people being dumb, trying not to see what the show's trying to get at. But overall,
I'm not super excited. This trailer wasn't bad though.
It's regular.
It was literally regular. I didn't.
It's palatable. Like for like a general audience, it's palatable. I think with the D23 one, it was like you have to care about, I guess, what's going on in the MCU.
Okay, so how about this? I don't mind it. we might end up getting that second trailer you talking about. This is more of just it's the introductory trailer.
Okay.
Then we're gonna get, because imagine if we got all that, because what you was explaining to me sounded a lot like story.
Yeah, we got like real story in there.
A lot like story.
I'm like, oh, Ironheart might really be good. Like I'm looking forward to it. I'm surprised it took so long to drop.
Yeah.
Like, it's been mad long. I know they been shot this. Excuse me.
This is supposed to drop like a year after Black Panther.
Yeah, my fault, bro. I just burped. I had Chipotle. You good?
You ate some El Carne?
Nah, I had pico de gallo. That's what I had in mind. But yeah. Kenzie says, I did that Slim Pink joint. What does that mean? I do hope she gets hold on, now I'm scrolling. I do hope she gets a suit by the end. Her suit is bulky as hell. Honestly, I hope she don't get a slim suit that quick. I like what she got on this is most likely like the last episode. Like all of this stuff. I don't know how much I want to see a slim suit just yet. Cause she don't got the funds for that.
I would say, how you pronounce that? Keezy?
Keys.
I'm gonna just call you Cinema, brother. Cinema, I dig that you said Dr. Doom gonna be her mentor. That's actually funny as hell.
That would be dope.
But I think if she keeps the bulky suit route, we could get War Machine as her mentor.
War Machine can't do nothing. No disrespect to bro.
Please
he could teach her about the politics. Look, wait. Damn.
Boy.
He could teach her about the politics of things and how to move. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a value to that. But like, she's already a genius when it comes to building stuff. War Machine ain't build his...
You don't need a mentor just to build. I'm talking about to teach her how to be a hero.
So the politics of it all.
I guess. You want to just call it the politics?
Because remember, that was Tony's problem. That's really why he needed War Machine. Tony was wildin'. And War Machine had to be like, hey, bro, this is how you gotta move. And that's why they gave War Machine a suit. If I'm mistaken, and by the movie 2, that's one of the reasons why he had the suit and they was beefing. Because he was more palatable to the government. So I think if anything, they just have to be careful not to go too deep into that because Tony Stark already went through it. But yeah, she could definitely use it. But when it comes to building, like, I don't know. I'm not telling her to be arrogant, but, you know, do you think she's gonna be in Doomsday? It's a good question.
I think her name popped up on the chair list.
Did it? Well, everybody's name. I think since Doomsday, everybody about to pull up. They trying to go for $3 billion, not even 2. They trying to go for 3.
No, but during that list, like her chair
Actually
was there.
popped up?
Yeah, like she had a chair.
And then Tony was dying, so he gave one to Rhodes. I don't remember that.
Tony always died.
Yeah, like I don't remember that for some reason. I gotta rewatch OG Iron
I think
Man.
bro almost died every movie. Like
Every single one though. Like one of them, I was gonna say in one of them his heart almost stopped. But like that's literally the whole
every
point.
movie. Nah, one of them, I remember he had to like take that shit out.
Yeah.
And bro was all like gray. I remember that.
And then I think the same thing happened to him in Endgame when they found him.
Oh yeah.
They found him in Endgame like that too. Keezy said, I feel like if Riri is that intelligent, she would figure out ways to manufacture a suit that isn't function over form, rather both in tandem. A slim suit would be with a ton of abilities. I agree.
I mean,
I think
if Tony Stark was that smart, his first suit wouldn't have been all big and bulky.
True. And like, I think the thing that we got to remember too is like,
but he built this in a cave with scraps.
But Pete, Riri is low-key building this in a cave too. Like, she don't got the bread for it. And I think that's a big plot point that they're gonna be emphasizing. If anything, I think for half the show, she'll be like more of an antagonist instead of a goody two-shoes. She kind of has no choice, bro. Look at what's happening. And maybe this is not fair because I saw the other trailer, but like from what I saw in the trailer, she was basically doing whatever she had to do. So like from a morally black and white perspective, it's a life of crime. But if you're watching her story, it makes sense why she's doing it. So you remember that episode of Invincible of the two dudes that had to pay rent and they robbed the bank? Yeah. It's like, I get why y'all robbing the bank, but when Invincible pull up, he don't care about all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Straight hands.
Exactly. So I think that's what's happening with Riri right now, and eventually she's gonna have to get rid of the money and fight the people that hired her. She's gonna join a gang and go against the gang. That's what's happening.
I deserve